I'm tired. I've recorded this video, like, more times than you can count on two hands. Like, it's ridiculous, and I keep resetting because it's like, oh, that's not a good video. Oh, that's not a good opening. Oh, that's too short. And I just wanted to start making a video today just because I wanted to make one. I just feel so, like, creatively starved and, like, feel like I can't put anything out. Because I tried doing sillier content on this one, which I don't know why I tried to make my more serious toned ones serious. So then I decided, oh, what if I go back to my original YouTube channel, white, plural white, and I'll do it on that. So I did some silly content on that. I enjoyed two of the videos. I enjoyed making two of the videos. The rest were lacking, I think is the best way to put it. They didn't do it for me. I just didn't like trying to be silly by myself, because I think deep down I know that I'm not silly by myself. I'm funny to myself. I make jokes, don't get me wrong, but like, I think I know deep down that that's not me. I can't riff off myself. And if I do, I will still do it in these videos, but it's not like I can force it. It's just something that I can't naturally do. And I just want to be creative. I just want to sit down and then make. But it feels like everything is against me to make something. Like, whether it's even making something of myself, it feels like society is actively working against you doing something with your life. Like, I want to go and be a teacher in the future, despite the fact that I know that they get no pay and it's slowly becoming a worse and worse job because our children are improperly socialized. But I still want to do it, because I know deep down it's a job that is greatly rewarding morally, and it's good for your soul. And I work 2 jobs, and I'm looking for apprenticeship so I can begin trying to get into the field. I've got jobs that relate to the field to prove that I can do it, and I still have this aching feeling in my chest that I won't do it. Just simply because I'm going a different route, or whether it's just because of the fact that the market is so shit that there's like no chance that I could do it. I feel so drained at times, feeling like I can't do anything, and then I can't even emotionally express myself. I can't put my words to the page. That's partly because of my disability. I'm dyslexic, and I've known for years that I can talk the talk, but I can never put pen to paper. That's literally how my primary school teacher used to put it when I got diagnosed, that I can talk, but then I can't put it down. And that's always been so frustrating to me. And for the longest amount of time, I blamed all of my suffering on it. But then I learned that, you know, that's a bit of a victim mindset, which I really shouldn't have, as I'm still pretty good at a lot of things. I have a large vocabulary because I decided to get it because of the fact that I want to express myself. I can still talk the talk. That's one of my key skills. But then the thing is, in society, if you don't have certain qualifications, certain numbers on a piece of paper that say, oh, I spent time at this place and I was able to do really well on the test that proved that I learned something, that's the only way that you get into a job. And that's another part that worries me. I personally dropped out of college on my 2nd year going, so that way I could just pursue other things, because I realized that I really did not like education. Like, I really did not like how it was structured and how, like, you go into it and they're like, okay, we're going to teach you information that, and then we're not going to teach you why it's applicable and how you can apply it in your real life. Literally, I would even try and ask my teachers, like, how does, like, so what's like some real world like things of this? Can you think of any examples? Or like I'd try and learn further from them by asking them, like, oh, what does this mean then further on? Like, what does this mean? And they just answer me, I don't know. When I was in my first year of college, I was there and I was talking to the psychology teacher. I was having a good chat with her because psychology is a little bit of a thing for me. I do enjoy it a lot. And then I'm sitting there and I'm talking to her about stuff, and then I bring up the Dunning-Kruger effect. She looked at me as if I just said something foreign, and she said, sorry, what? And I said, the Dunning-Kruger effect. And she was like, sorry, I don't know what that is. Even after I showed her the graph, she still did not know what I meant by the Dunning-Kruger effect. And I thought I was going insane. You're telling me a psychology teacher did not know what a psychological study into education, the most popular one, she did not know it. I can almost guarantee you that she was very passionate about her job, don't get me wrong. She wasn't one of those that wasn't passionate about her job. That's why we were having a conversation, because I was intrigued by the stuff that she was saying before. She was bringing up stuff that comes on later on in the curriculum and that sort of stuff. But the second that I asked stuff that was outside of the curriculum, for some reason that was outside of the curriculum, she didn't know. And it bewilders me that teachers don't nurture this curiosity within kids. It's like they don't want you to think. And that's like, you know, I could go into Marxist theory and that sort of stuff, and like, oh yeah, they 100% want that. But like, I feel like it's a lot more simple than that. I think it's just the fact that the teachers are being dumbed down themselves. They are being dumbed down by the fact that they have to go in, the traditional way of going into teaching is through, you have to sit down and take classes on how to become a teacher, pass a test on how to become a teacher, and then you get your teaching license. But the route that I'm going is you get an apprenticeship, you work as a teacher for a while, then you get like an oral assessment to check if you know your stuff, then you're qualified to be an assistant teacher, and then you can move up the ranks from there to become an actual teacher. And that route, I feel, just encourages so much more curiosity and like rethinking. And it's like, how does like the people who are supposed to be the most educated within society, how do they not have the ability to make people curious? Like, I never felt like a teacher made me curious. I would say that the subject itself made me curious, and the teacher was really good. That's not meant as a slight to any of my teachers. I loved all of my teachers. All of the good teachers, especially my ones through college, those were all amazing, except for my biology. One of them was good. The other one was, let's say it's the one that nobody likes. But that's besides the point. The point is, I feel as if people nowadays are just tired. And they're tired of this reality that I'm describing. This reality where we feel as if we are, like, bland. And there's no point to being, to try. And then I can't express that well, because I just suck at expressing these things through any other ways than talking. And honestly, I'm fine with making YouTube videos. In fact, I quite like it. I liked editing some of the videos, and that's what made it fun on the Plural White channel. But what I don't like is the fact that my point will not be heard. This video will get 19 views. My efforts will go to waste, and it is merely me yelling into a void. And I know that for a fact. I doubt any of my friends, despite the fact that I know that some of them are subscribed, probably with notifications on, will not watch this, simply because of the fact that they're too busy worrying about themselves. And I'm not, you know, ticked off at that. This isn't a huge part of my personality. It's something that I started doing just because I wanted to feel like I could do some stuff, and I could say some stuff, and it could make an impact on someone. Like, my videos get very little views, but especially on this channel. On the other one, it's still very little, but it's like better than this. Better than, let's see, how many views did the last video get? I haven't posted in a while. 30? Maybe? Might have been. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's rough. I forget where I was before this, but I'm not stopping recording like I have hundreds of times over because I want the perfect video or something like that. I just want to put my emotions out there, and it feels really stupid to say this, and if my friends do watch this, they are going to rinse me for this, but I think this is where Somber is good. I know, somebody saying Somber makes good music. I'm not saying he makes good music. Actually, it's alright. I don't personally listen to it, but I've heard it enough on the radio to know that it's got merit to it. Because of the fact that he puts his emotions into it. Sure, it's corporate and all that bullshit, but like, you can tell that he's put emotion into it. Like, he actually, like, fully has seen this situation, or at least to some extent, and can play it. And it's just like, his emotions have reached this point and he's spewing it all out. That's how it feels. I'm stealing this completely off of another YouTuber that I watched before this. It was literally just a video on ranking the songs of the summer. But I'm stealing it because it got the point across well. I feel like I want to do that. I want to sit down and like pour my emotions into a song, because I'd like to make music. You know, I can play bass. I can maybe sing if I tried hard enough. I can write, I can do all these things, but I can never do anything that I feel is right because I'm such a perfectionist and want to get everything done right. But eventually I just reach this breaking point where I just do it after trying over and over and over again, and I'm throwing shit at the wall right now. I've lost all track. This obviously is clearly done with no script, as you can tell, but this is more off the wall than I'm usually doing, because I'm just talking at a screen and I'm just saying everything that comes to mind because I'm tired. I want to do something. I want to feel like I'm able to do something as well. I don't feel as if I can do something, and that makes people go mad. So surely then it pops into any rational person's mind that if society is the thing that causes these issues, run away. You run into the countryside and you go live there. It'll be better for you there, no? But that's the thing. Humans are social beings. Think of it as I was gonna make a reference to something that I should actually reference later, because I'm not finished with my point yet. Because I've had so many takes, I've come up with so many different ideas. But humans are social, so if you try and run away, you are just going to die of loneliness, which you can do, but it's not directly because of loneliness, it's because of the fact that, well, it's directly because of it, but the death would be because of, like, going mentally insane. We need to socialize, and I know that for a fact. I spent an entire summer 2 summers ago completely alone, and it well, not completely, my family was around, but I don't talk to them. So, it just mentally destroyed me. I was a wreck. I was horrible. And then... So, then... You can think of this whole situation as, like, Sisyphus. And you are Sisyphus, and the boulder is society. You can either keep pushing society, you know, whether it's by, like, just ignoring that you're pushing it and just keep going, you know, staving its rolling onto you away and crushing you. Or you could just skip straight to the crushing and let it roll over you immediately. By saying, I'm not going to engage with society, and then it's gone, because you will be miserable, because you still live within society, if you say that you do not, like, that you will not engage in society. Because there was this experiment called the Rat Utopia experiment, and the point that I'm talking about for this, which you should really research this after the video, or watch a YouTube video on it, it's really interesting, but the ending of it led to them trying to re-socialize, like, put the rats back into normal rat societies after they experienced, like, the horrors of their rat society inside of their experiment. And they could never reintegrate. And that's the same with humans. Us and rats, we're quite similar, like, mentally, for like social behaviors and that sort of stuff. So, who's to say that if you were to run away from society today, you would be perfectly fine? You wouldn't, because you would still live in society within your head. And those men who are now resigning themselves to loneliness and just disappearing, they will face great self-rejection and self-pity at the fact that they ran away, and because they will still live within society, they just will live within their rooms. So basically, they're getting all of the bad bits of society, plus self-loathing, self-hatred, societal hatred, societal ridicule. They will get everything. They will get all of the worst bits plus extra, because they wanted to leave. It's a tragedy. It's a... I don't know if this is the correct use of the term, Greek tragedy. You know, it's just, you're destined to lose at this point. And that is by design, in a way. Society is structured not with the intent of leaving, because you're not supposed to. We're social animals. We're supposed to all stick together. We're supposed to all live here and grow here and help each other. But because of the polarization of social media in modern times, we have begun to hate each other and work actively against each other and our own interest, basically shooting ourselves and everyone else in the face, simply because of the fact that it would garner views. And it's caused this rapid, like, aging, in a way, of people, making them more abrasive and what's a good word for it? I'll just use hateful towards society and other people, because they ruined it. We ruined it. Maybe not you, maybe not me as an individual, but us as people. We ruined it. Because of the fact that we wanted numbers to go up on a screen with flashing lights. And it's just insane that then it leads into the fact that people feel so isolated. And then social media makes things 10 times worse by making it seem like these people can never do a good job at representing themselves through media or art, and it will never matter because nobody's seen it. Oh, nobody's seen that, nobody gives a shit. That's simply what the message that they'll get given. Over and over. The fact that they have no self-worth, and society sees them as having no worth. It's simple. What I'm getting at is that we all experience societal fatigue, which is a word that I've coined. I googled, I've checked. Social fatigue exists. Social media fatigue exists. Societal fatigue does not exist. So I was quite chuffed when I figured that one out. Whoa. So, societal fatigue is, I'll give you a quick definition, is the overall discontent with society, despite the fact that you want to continue. So, it doesn't refer to someone who feels greatly drained by society and is suicidal. No, because that's just someone who has been negatively affected by society. In this position, you are someone who wants to do something, who wants to try, but has been worn down by society so far that you just feel as if you might as well do nothing. Which, once again, go back to Marx's theory, is probably correct, but I think it's just more of like a hodgepodge of like accidents that have led to it actually benefiting the elite. But in fear of getting too political, I will move forward and more talk about the fact that, you know, we are in like a semi-renaissance, I might say. We are like maybe at most at the cusp. We're seeing so much creative stuff be made and people really like putting themselves out there. But then we're also seeing people who feel like they can't do that and feel like they are completely nothing in comparison. And I think that's comparison in one way, but also subconscious comparison, which is getting in your way. As well as, on top of, a lack of energy to even do it in the first place. You know, in general, everyone has less time now. Unless you're unemployed, which is a large sum of people. But if you are employed, which I don't know whether to call us the lucky few. Yes, I said us. You know, as you already know. I forgot that I'd already made that point. See, it's already getting to me now, but my energy's draining. But I've done a good job so far. Comment how good of a job I've done. You don't have to do that. But I feel like we live in a world where not trying has been made cool on purpose because nobody wants to try. So by people making not trying cool, like in nonchalant and that sort of bullshit, you get people now who yearn for authenticity But then those same people who yearn for authenticity cannot be authentic themselves because they feel like they're not doing it right. Are you hearing how stupid this sounds? We want authenticity, but we can't be authenticity. Despite the fact that we probably could, but because of the social shackles that we're under, we feel like we can't. And that's where societal fatigue really takes hold of me personally, because I try to keep my head down and work on my own groups and that sort of stuff, but then constantly other stuff gets in the way that kills down the motivation, and then also I'll randomly get down rabbit holes where I begin to see horrors, and I begin to contemplate whether I should just delete and stop using YouTube. Like, that's how dire I'm getting now. I'm contemplating stopping using YouTube because of the fact that it's also bad. Just everything is so bad at the moment. And I just want to, like, be content. And I feel content when I've got my head down. When I'm working on something cool. But, like, I feel so drained lately, and I feel like I can't do any of these things, partially because of societal fatigue, partially because of the fact that I'm constantly waiting on my friends when they're not getting online when they say they would, or I'm going out with them or something like that. You know, just socializing and then going to work, and now it comes a problem where now I feel like I can't be creative either. And it's hard. It's hard. I really want to make music. I really want to draw something beautiful, but I know I'll fail. And I just want to succeed a few times. I haven't gotten a few successes in a while, and I just wanna feel like a good success first. I feel like if I got a good success in, I'd be able to do a hell of a lot more. But I don't feel like I can. Like, maybe if I go to the gym again, but I constantly keep falling out of going to the gym, because then a different thing takes over my life for a week, where I have to do something else, like moving house, or like falling into like a depressive state, or like something else like ridiculous. And it's all just so taxing. So all I do instead is sit down and I play Minecraft with my friends and do the same things over and over and over again. Because that's another thing. It's hard to make friends now too. Making friends actually fucking sucks. You can't make friends anymore. I try and make friends. But I just can't. Like, I try joining Discord servers to talk to people, to become friends with them. I try to go out in public and see if like anyone like seems cool to talk to. Nobody young goes out anymore. Whenever I go outside, it's always either young people with others, you know, so obviously they don't want to fucking talk to you because they're out with their own friends, and yeah, that's gonna be your first choice. You've got no, like, rank up system to go on top of. You have to just go from talking to random strangers, like adults, to then talking to people your age in large groups, because that's all they fucking go outside in. And the worst part is, I don't see people my age outside. I see young people outside, not people my age. And let alone young people in general by themselves. That's another thing. It's not just a thing for people my age. I'm 18 for context. It's not just people my age. It's like everyone just doesn't go out all together or alone. I just want to meet new people. I haven't made a new IRL friend in a year. And I only made one in the past, like the last year, because of the fact that I repeated a year. That's it. That's the only reason why I was able to make a new friend. And then everyone else is so busy, so they don't want, like, I don't want to ask them to introduce me to their friends, because then it's like, they don't have time themselves. They've got, like, multiple jobs, or they're just so busy. Either that, or I don't want to meet their friends. It's also fucking hard, man. I just wish I could sit down and, like, all of my emotions could just work together at once. Because I can play the bass, as I said, and sing. That's about it. I wouldn't say that I can sing, like, normal stuff, though. Whether it's even just talking. I'm not even completely sure. Just, I could do it in tune, I think. I have never fully tried. But I'm confident enough to do so. It's just the fact that it feels like you can never come up with anything. Everything's just been done, and it just feels so false and just fake, and you just made to feel like an idiot for trying. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Random person, the one person, if anyone, who made it to the end of this rant. My Discord's on screen. This is about all the editing I'll do. I promise I'm not a downer, I swear. I just never get a chance to be down. And I'm always just the guy. So I just want to just... That's the whole point of this channel. I'm a fucking... Like... I just get to talk. I've tried too hard on the last two. I'm just giving up and I'm just going to talk. There's probably going to be another one after this because this is going to be so easy to edit. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.